It's November 7, 2023, and I'm the luckiest guy on earth because here I am sitting here in Dunn, North Carolina. My name is Steve Carver, getting ready to meet a lot of new people and talk business with you, and I love to do that. And I'm so fortunate to be with y'all because we are starting our third semester of the Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates, the 6-part series. And basically, if you'll hang on with me for about 6 weeks, I'll put you in business. If you pay attention, do what you're supposed to do, and if you're ready to go with it, we'll do our very best to help you get your business up and running, and you'll be absolutely amazed with how much progress you can make. So y'all keep coming in, signing on, and if you will, go to your chat button and sign in with your name and your email address. Let me tell you right now, I'm not a lawyer, not a tax accountant, just a fellow that's been in business for a few years, 64 to be exact, and happy to share with you some do's and don'ts and strategies and tips to help you avoid some of the pitfalls that I've got stuck in through the years. So best advice I can always give you is to get a second opinion before you make a major legal or serious financial decision. And one of the very best places that you can get good free advice is at your local community college, small business center. And I'm so happy to congratulate Ruthie Holloman, who is now the new director at the Nash Community College Small Business Center, and we're so happy for her. Let's give her a hand. Yes, indeed. Ruthie, we're so proud of you and happy for you and look forward to working with you in your new capacity. I've had the privilege of working with her a couple of years, and she will indeed be the very best director of any small business center there is, because I know this lady is so dedicated to helping you guys. So if you don't bring her in as a part of your organization, then you're going to be the one that's missing out. So here's her phone number, 252-451-8344. 252-451-8344, and she's waiting for your call tomorrow to set up an appointment so you can come and get ready. It's got a beautiful office over in the William Carver building there on the campus. And that happens to be zero kin to me, but I'm glad to see the Carver name up there anyway. That's where Ruth's office is. So if she hasn't already emailed to you, she will tomorrow, and I will as well, as long as I have your email addresses. And that's why it's so important that you sign in on chat and give me your email address. But you got a lot of email coming in. Some of it you want to read right away. The first one is at number 1087. That's the talking points for our entire webinar, and I always have that for you for every webinar I give. Plus a lot of other study guides that are going to be very important. I want to bring out to you one of the study guides starts out with SPC, NCDOR. The North Carolina Department of Revenue is putting on a series of webinars in November and December that you can log into, and they're talking about different tax aspects of startup businesses. So if you look at that handout, you can see maybe a topic that you'd like to get more info on and attend the free webinar, and they can teach you so much better about these issues than I can. And also there's a clear and defined study guide about mission, vision, and promise statements, which is one of the requirements in the Academy series to get your certificates. And one of the requirements that I want to say to you just real up front will make more difference, a little thing that will make more difference in your getting your business up and running in the right way and helping you get the mindset to be successful. These statements are just really good, and we'll talk about them a lot during the next few weeks. So the other items are good reading and will be important. We'll mention them later. My story, for those that haven't met me before, I'm 76 years old, headed for 77, which, if you haven't heard, is the median life expectancy for a white male in America today. So that's a bell ringer. And kind of because of that, I decided to get reborn a few weeks ago and got baptized. And let me ask you, Tim, did you get through with did you do your baptism?
Yes, I did.
Well, all right. Well, congratulations. Praise the Lord. Do you feel good about it?
I do.
All right. Well, I might ask you for a testimonial sometime then. But at any rate, I'm 76 and kicking. I love to do business and love to work with you folks and share with you. My work has been related to the farm equipment business my dad started when we moved to Dunn in 1959. He passed away after 20 years, and I kept it running and still running for another 54 years. So every day I sell farm equipment on the internet to people, good folks all over the nation. So I'm just not talking about this stuff. I actually do it every day. Also, for 12 years, ran a large mowing company, a landscaping company, government contracting businesses. We did a lot of work, did some military contracting. So kind of been around, kind of know some stuff, made a lot of mistakes, but never got out of business. So we'll be glad to help you in whichever way you're headed. I'm over here in Harnett County, where the arrow is indicating on your slide, if you can see it, kind of in the middle of the state on Interstate 95. Greetings, first time from my family. Norma over here on the left-hand corner. My bride and our combined marriages, we have 12 children, 14 grandchildren, and 2 grands. So we know what drama is. We know what drama is. Every day there's new drama coming on board. If it's not with the kids, it's with the grandkids. If it's not with them, it's with the cotton picking animals around the house. So anyway, you know what? It's kind of like running a small business. There's always going to be drama related to a small business. Look at those kids. Oh, they're so pretty and so precious, and they, so good. And it's so good to see them come, and it's so good to see them go sometimes. So you know how it is if you've got a large family around. So I want to ask all of you to go steady with me now for the next 5 or 6 weeks. We're going to have classes. This week we'll be online for 3 nights. Next week, 2 nights. We'll take a break during the Thanksgiving week and then come back through early in December, and then everybody gets off for Christmas. But if you want to fill your head up with business talk, then I will do the best to do it. I hope you don't get tired of listening to me, so I'll try to jazz it up a little bit during the holiday season and in our 3rd semester of the year. But please go ahead and set time out. And I'll be giving you a schedule, sending you reminders, hoping you'll stay on board with us and just look forward to working with you. So tonight we're going to talk about getting the business started, things you want to think about to get your business started. And then Thursday night of this week, day after tomorrow, we'll be right back on here to talk about putting your business plan together. And then we'll pick it up from there and keep on. But this week is tonight and Thursday night. But also I got one going on tomorrow night at 6 o'clock that you might have an interest in as well. At 6 o'clock, I'm going to be talking about the basics of starting an internet business, where we'll get into the nitty-gritty of getting your business online. And some folks say, I really want to do business and want to give it a try, just don't know how. Well, I don't tell you. If you'll be here, bring your notepad, we'll give you some good information that'll do it, and then we'll reinforce it again for you in our 3rd session in this series. Also tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about the basics of negotiating. And if you've never had a class on negotiating, this can be so important to you, teaching you how to make offers and anticipate offers coming to you and figure out how the deals go together. We'll get into that tomorrow night. It'll be fun. Look forward to working with you. And then we got a whole schedule, as you see, 3 this week, 2 next week, then after Thanksgiving, 2 that week, and we'll move on into December till the 6th before we break it off. So I'm going to be here working for you, and you'll see how cotton picking serious I am. And I'm going to ask you to do some homework and do some things if you really want to move forward. You can earn and win some certificates by attending these classes and passing an open book quiz. Today, I mailed out 37 certificates to the people who just finished the fall semester. We're starting the winter semester now. And you can also all you have to do to win a certificate with this series is attend at least 5 of the 6 classes. So you already got one under your belt, but you have to attend the last one. Well, that's when we wrap everything up, and I'll send a quiz to you. I'll also give you opportunities to win a graduation certificate from the Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates, which is our private group that you're certainly going to be invited to be a member of. And to do that, you're going to need to actually do some stuff besides just sit back and enjoy. A little bit of homework to do those, share some photos, do some videos, write some mission, vision, and promise statements. That's why that handout I'm sending to you tonight is so important. Learn how to do a video again. List down your 5 marketable profit centers. Might not know what that is now, but the 5 different ways you're going to make money. I want you to list them down in a menu, so because you're going to need that when you do your business plan. So look forward to it. We'll get you started. You can win an extra mile award if you'd like to, by even going above and beyond with a few different things to earn you another certificate, but mainly to get yourself some more self-confidence and enhance your business skills. So I'll be referring to the Academy a lot. That's a group that we have set up, the Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates, of people like you and me and our directors that come and do this year after year. And we're going to be honoring, I'm going to show you what we've been up to so far this year in our spring class and in our fall class. And then y'all are making up our winter class, which I'll look forward to getting more information on you. But we have Penny down in Wilmington that's come through with her resin redhead products. Tamika has started a vending machine business in Jacksonville. Kenny had one over-the-road truck. He's got 2 now, and a great member of the group. What was really nice about Kenny, he was traveling all over the United States, but attending our webinars online, talking to us from the road in Montana and California. So our webinars just went nationwide with Kenny. Ed Romero and his son has got a new contracting business in Mount Olive, been a great member and doing great with his business. Amy in Oxford got her venue work started up. And Sarita in Clinton does a great job with her virtual assistance work. She now is our most senior member of the Academy. She's a Master 6 member, and she's on board with us tonight. Welcome, Sarita. Glad to have you on board. Alicia came with us in the spring at Willard, Monique in Huntersville, and Amanda in Chicopee. How about some of these names? And our first in class award, that's the one who really shined and went the extra mile in the spring, was Vanessa McIntosh with her 5-alarm logistics. And Tisha in Magnolia has been with us. Valerie is a Master 4 associate with her transit business in Wilmington. Well, there's Sarita again, got your 2 slides in. Casey's over in Beulahville in Wilmington, Casey Penny. Annette has got her business now started. When she started in the spring, she had no idea what she was doing. But 2 weeks ago, she's decided she's going to start a virtual bookkeeping business and up and running. Darcy's working towards getting her own florist started up in Raleigh. Sabrine is an educator and a preacher and a pro at YouTube videos. She's starting an education company. Pam in Rose Hill starting her own farm. And Janae in White Lake, a wedding planning business. And our first in class award for the fall group is LaToya Matthews at Clinton, and she's with us tonight as well. So I might ask LaToya to welcome the group on behalf of the Academy in just a minute, if she would. So let me tell you, if you pay attention in the next few weeks, take notes, trying to get involved, we'll lead you in the right direction. I'll do everything we can to do it. You'll be getting your business cards together, your mission and promise statements, your profit centers, doing some videos, business such as that, teach you how to get involved on Facebook, how to do testimonials, get an account with Google to help promote your business online. And then we'll have an open book quiz, which is another learning lesson as that goes. I want you to find me on Facebook. Anthony Stephen Carver, like up here in the front. So if you type in Anthony Stephen Carver, and look for this fall leaves on the background, you'll be able to find my Facebook page. I'd like for you to find me and follow and like and let me know you're here. That way I can follow your progresses on Facebook as we go through the semester here. Also, we got a whole page for the Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates. If you type that in, Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates, you'll see the web page just for you guys. And as y'all start sending me pictures and information on your business, I'll start promoting you. And that's what I was talking about, Tim. I was ready to plug you into this page, help promote your business a little bit. So it's a lot of fun, and we can really work together as a team. Look forward to doing that. Latoya, could I ask you to turn your mic on and as our first in class during the last semester and say hello to everyone?
Hi, everyone. How are you guys doing?
All right. Tell us about your experience during the last semester.
For the last semester, I think I've learned a lot about how to start a business. And this is a class you definitely want to take to know how to start it, where to go from start to from the beginning to the middle to the end, how to avoid certain things that you never thought about. I learned a lot about that. I recently just put up a Facebook professional page about my business because I'm taking care of self-care and aware and healing. And that's a beginning for me, and I'm excited about it. I hope you guys will get excited too. This is just a really great thing to do for yourself and take care of your dreams and your aspirations. So I highly recommend this class.
Thank you so much, Latoya. I'll send you $1 bill. You can get a cup of coffee with that great advertising. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, let me give you some tips right now. I'm always going to be giving you a tip or two to try to help you out. First tip, number one, plan for the unexpected. Things just are not going to go smooth when you're trying to start up something new. That's just the way it's going to be. Whether you're trying to log on through the program or send an email or get off somebody's spam list or whatever, things just will screw up from time to time, and just know it's coming and be ready for it. Number two, surround yourself with a team you can trust. And if you'll look at your screen tonight, of all the people that are right on here, you are surrounded right now by good-hearted people that are trying to move forward and get their business started. I haven't had a single negative experience with anyone in the last 15 years I've been doing this. With folks that come to these classes, generally we all are after mutual helpfulness is our goal, and I'm so proud to be a part of that. So your small business center directors will be on your team confidentially, and you won't have to pay them a penny. But you can't do this hardly by yourself without having someone to talk back and forth to. And you've got all the help that you're going to need, provided you're willing to open up and ask for it and let us help you. Expect things to go wrong again from time to time. They will, but I'm going to give you some really good risk management tools to help you get through it and to move on, because that's just the way it's going to be. My job is to be assertive and to do my best to motivate you to go to the next step in your business, to take it to the next level, to motivate you to set goals. Let me tell you, if you don't set goals, you're probably not ever going to get to them. You might make wishes and have dreams, but that's kind of pie in the sky, smoke, in the clouds. Now, when you set a definite goal and write it down, then we can put a timetable to that and figure out a way to get there. And I'm looking forward to helping you do that. These things that I'm asking you to do in your homework is a way to get you to set the goals maybe that you hadn't ever done for the first time. So I'll be assertive. If I step on your toes, I'm sorry. I'm not doing it mean. I'm trying to help you, to motivate you. But I'm going to say this right now. I'm not a Chamber of Commerce type guy that wants you to go, 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 and do all as you can and start a business and hire up 150 or 200 people and do it between now and next week. I'm not that type of fellow that's going to push you to unrealistic things. I will always say I'm doing my best to help you and encourage you, have my hand on your shoulder and on your back, but I want you to do this at your pace. It's important you do it at your pace, okay? So your job now is to stay in the game, to make a commitment that you're going to find the endurance to stay in the game, because entrepreneurship is all about staying in the game. Because each year you stay with a job. And some of you may have already had some jobs in the past, and you've stayed with it a long time and retired, ready maybe now to do something else. But y'all know now, as I know, that staying in the game, every year you learn new things, new little tips or strategies that make you better at what you're doing. And entrepreneurship is all about staying in it long enough to learn these little secrets. Now, you got a heads up right here with this old boy, because I've been in this game for 63 years, and I'm gonna tell you everything I know that I think will help you. And I'm gonna tell you in the class, don't y'all tell people everything you know, because you'll be giving away your secrets. So, that's an oxymoron, isn't it? But my job is to tell you this stuff to give you a head start and a jump start on all those sorry competitors out there that's going to try to eat your cake. So we're not going to let that happen. You're going to go in it smarter. You're going to have a better chance to win this thing. So my email address is stvcarv, like victory, stv like victory, carv @aol.com. And I want you to write that down and send me emails. That's the way I communicate. I don't do much on text. I have some business on text, but my bread and butter is checking my email and communicating 50, 60, sometimes 100 emails every day. So that's the best way to stay in touch with me. stvcarv @aol.com. I'm going to be, as far as business goes, I'm going to be your mama and your daddy and your uncle and your Aunt Myrtle for the next 6 or 7 weeks if you want me to be. In other words, if you want to talk business for the next month or two, I'm your guy. So stay in touch with me. So let's, first of all, we're going to talk about 40 skills. I call them drill skills. And these are the drill skills that will do you the most good on Main Street. Being street smart, not book smart, not knowing it all, not pretending to have everything under control. But there are some street smart things that if you master, by golly, you will have a tool belt that will help you win with more profit and less stress. Now, we're going to go through all 40 of them during this series. We'll do about 6 or 8 each week. Not going to spend a lot of time on them, because I'm going to send you a handout each week that you can go to and have a video to click on and have a video on each drill skill that'll make a major, major difference for you. So, number one, a great business plan will help you avoid pitfalls and unexpected expenses. And the thing to remember is, why do you need a business plan? The answer, so you'll know what's left. Estimate how much is coming in, estimate how much is going out, so you'll know what's left. Next Thursday, 2 days from now, we'll dive deep into business plan. Do you want a marketing plan? You betcha you do. You really want a marketing plan, and the one I'm going to teach you is called the Golden Goose Marketing Plan, because I want you to have some golden eggs. And the Golden Goose Marketing Plan, what I want you to remember now, what will it do for you? It will tell you what's next. That sounds kind of strange maybe if you're hearing it the first time, but let me tell you why. Entrepreneurs struggle, especially when they're first getting started, and wonder if I don't have enough business to stay here next month. You reckon I can make it a year? Man, things are looking tough. I'm getting scared. Well, the best way to fight that is to have a marketing plan that is letting you know what's next. And I don't teach you that. Me and the old Golden Goose will give you a sense of stability and assurance that if you're doing things that we're teaching here, putting your marketing plan together, by golly, there's an excellent chance you will know what's next and not have to worry about it. Number 3, and we can't get around this, it's going to come into play almost in every class. How you make money, I call your profitable your profit centers, and I like to call them marketable profit centers because each thing that you do to make money, I'd like for it to be something that you can market separately to a separate group of people. So there's 3 different kinds of profit centers for small businesses getting started. You don't need to kind of remember this and know it because you don't have to have these in your business. Kind number 1 is those things that you're doing that bring in new customers and daily traffic. Every day, you got to worry about, how can I get some new business in here? Is that really important? Oh, yeah. You know why? Because even established businesses will lose 1/3 of their customers every year. Oh, yeah, 1,000. You got 1,000 customers, there's a good chance you'll lose 330 of them. And in some communities, like military communities like Fayetteville and Wilmington, Jacksonville, Goldsboro, you might lose your customers every year. So if you're not geared up to be bringing in a good flow of new customers every day, then there's chances you're going to make it are very slim. So profit centers, number 1, bring in new customers. Number 2, these things that you brought in new customers with in number 1, you probably didn't make much money on because you were really fighting the competition, trying to steal customers from them. You had to cut your margins down maybe. So you have got to make more money than you can generally make with the profit centers, number 1. So you want a set of things that you're selling and doing that are more profitable and are pretty much impulse items that people buy, or regular things they buy that keep them coming back day after day, week after week, year after year. Repeat business is what profit centers number 2 is all about. Number 1, get them in. Number 2, keep them coming back. Okay? And number 3, if you don't plan in your business to have some big ticket sales, in other words, selling something that's cost enough that when you make a sale, you can have a right nice deposit, you won't ever have them. You have to plan to have big ticket sales. Now, maybe you're selling some things that just cost a lot of money to begin with, like I do. I sell some implements for tractors, and they sell from $3,000 up to $40,000. Some of the things I sell, so they make some right big ticket sales and deposits. But if I was selling some small things like crafts or produce or something like that, it's hard to put together, selling one of these things at a time, hard to put together a deposit for $200 or $300 even. So I got to teach you how to do it, and we're going to do it with bundling. We're going to do it with teaching you how to do upsells. So yes, it's so important that you have the ability to have some big ticket sales, because that's where you make your money and make the kind of money that you can bring in and set some aside. Now, there's 3 different kinds of profit centers that we need, at least 1 each of. But drill skill number 3 and 4 is teaching us that we need at least 5 different ways to make money in our business if we can. I'll assure you, if you're just planning on doing one thing will always go south one day. You can't depend 100% on anything related in business. Anything. And this fellow's been around doing it for 65 years. The very minute you just feel 100% secure in what you're doing, watch out. Here comes something, a curveball that's going to hit you right in the head. Hey, ask people how COVID hit some people that thought they would never be in trouble. Laid them out. We don't guard against that. We don't talk about that. So I want you to have at least 5 profit centers. So if one thing goes down, 4 other things are pumping in there. So that you got money coming in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, a constant flow of year-round money. That's also important for sustainability. An RFC, What does that stand for? The letters RFC. Hang on to this, we don't need it. Raving fan customer. Like the fan at the football game, a raving fan that's hollering and cheering and rooting and roaring. We want customers that do that for us, because raving fan customers are the foundation that will help you make it through when times are tough. Raving fan customers are the foundation that can really jumpstart and boost you right now. So we'll spend a lot of time talking about that raving fan customer. You know what I'm talking about? Say, yeah. All right, here we go. Just 4 little letters, NDCP. No demand, change that plan. Let's do that again. NDCP, no demand, change the plan. This is saying to us that when we're working on our business plans and our strategies, just because it isn't going right, we're not going to throw the sucker away and quit. And that is so easy to do for an entrepreneur. I say, darn, this is hard, or I'm losing money. I'm going to get the heck out of here. Can't do that. Remember that endurance? You got to stay in the game. No demand is saying to you right now, I'm telling you, you don't have to change the plan as we go and be flexible. The business plan is not just written, it's written and rewritten and rewritten and rewritten. It's a living, breathing thing. And it's so very important that you're into that and that you know that. More letters. I know you're getting tired of them. I hear some more. A, B, C, D. That's about as simple as you can get. You can't tell me I'm trying to be too stiff on you with this. A, B, C, D. Always be connecting dots. Yeah, we've all done the little dot things, group pictures, connecting the dots, right? Well, Papo Steve-O here is to tell you we're going to be connecting dots, putting your business together every day. And we're going to connect our dots in a circle. Everything we talk about from here on out as we're planning is going to have kind of a circle symmetry about it. Well, why is that? Because let me ask you something. Does a rectangle roll? Does a square roll? Does a triangle roll? Let me tell you, my friends, we want businesses that are rolling. Every day, rolling with momentum. We don't roll on down the river, as they say in the song. We don't keep on rolling. And as we connect our dots, we're going to connect them in such a way to help our business roll smoothly. Because if we get out here and connect a dot that don't fit in the plan, you know what it causes? A bump in the road. And old Steve-O is going to tell you bumps in the road will cost you money, cost you pain, and disappoint you. So always be connecting dots. Help us to remember that just because it feels good today, or it seemed like a good idea at the time, an entrepreneur's got to be careful with that. And I want you always to come back. We'll always qualify with the A, B, C, D factor. Does that fit in good here in this decision we're making? Number 7, the drill skill that will make you more money as an entrepreneur for the rest of your business life. Danielle, you hear me? For the rest of your business life, the drill skill that will make a difference is for you to remember and put in play 3 words. By the way. By the way. And Tim, if you're thinking about getting a tattoo tomorrow, right across your forehead here, 3 letters, by the way, that make you money then. But here's the deal. By the way is when you say to a customer, thank you so much for buying this from me. I know you're going to enjoy it. And by the way, I've also got this to go right with it. It fits right in there. It looks good with it. thank you for buying these shoes. They really look good on you. And by the way, I've got some matching boots over here. And by the way, I've got some long socks or leggings that go with that. And by the way, you don't buy the hell out of them as long as they got money they don't give to you. Excuse the French, but that's how serious it can be. People want to have a complete sale, and they won't get mad at you for helping them complete their sale. And you know what happens when you, by the way, you're having sales. UP sales up. That means you have one customer that bought something from you, and because of your incredible selling skills around by the way, you're going to make profit on that first sale, you're going to make profit on that second sale, you're going to make profit on that third sale, you're going to make 3 times as much profit, your customer's going to be 3 times as happy, and you create a raving fan customer because you are so skilled, and also you got a heck of a lot more money in your pocket. By the way, does that sound important? Oh, we're going to talk about it a lot. Yeah, excuse me right now. We're going to talk about by the way 1,000,000 times in the next 5 weeks because that's how much money it's going to make you. Now, I used to love to fish. I still would love to fish, but I don't have the chance to anymore, it doesn't seem like. But I fished real hard for 35 consecutive years. First 5 years, I didn't catch a darn thing. I was in the Coast Guard, so I didn't run aground, but I didn't put fish in the box until I had some seasoned fishermen go out with me and teach me the ropes. And they taught me a lot of stuff. I bought the beer, I provided my boat, which was the wild turkey, and I bought the boat, I furnished the bait, I let them keep the fish. We had a large time. I even washed the boat at the end of the day. All they had to do was come and enjoy fishing, drink my beer, and catch fish, and tell me some secrets, and they did. And after that day, for the next 30 years, when the wild turkey went out, we didn't have a skunk in the box. That means we caught fish. Because if you know some tricks and you know some tips, you'll be just fine fishing. But there's three rules more than anything else that if you're fishing on the ocean will help you catch fish. Almost guarantee it. 3 rules. You ready? Latoya, you ready? Rule number 1, keep fresh bait in the water. Keep fresh bait in the water. Don't ever remember that is the most important rule in fishing. Sarika, rule number 2, keep fresh bait in the water. Sounded a lot like rule number 1, didn't it? Yeah. And Sarita, guess what rule number 3 is? Keep fresh bait in the water. You do that, you'll catch fish on the ocean. Now, it might not be the fish you were hoping to hook up with, but something will bite that hook. Something will bite that hook, and you'll get a skunk out of the box. And as a fisher biting, you'll catch a lot of fish. What's that got to do with starting a business? Well, here's what it's got to do with it. You catch customers by keeping fresh bait in the water. And if you don't have customers, my friend, you don't have a business. We have to keep fresh bait in the water. And when it comes to catching customers and keeping fresh bait in the water, that means we're going to keep fresh promotions, fresh advertisement, fresh marketing material going out to them all the time. You do that, you'll have sales, you'll have customers, you'll have a business that lasts. You don't do that. You say, I'm just going to sit back and because I'm cool and because I built it, I know they're going to come. Well, my friend, I'm telling you, I'm not going to invest in your business because you're crazy. But if you're saying I don't keep fresh bait in the water with fresh promotions to keep the customers coming, then you're probably going to be all right. The key word, the word that I will make sure you get is important, is fresh. Because old advertising is old advertising. It's not exciting and it don't bring the fish to you. We don't catch them, guys. We'll show you how to do it. But a lot of it's going to be keeping that fresh bait in the water. Okay, that's our opening. That's our opening. If you need to stretch and we're going to move into more serious talk now, and that's the basics. Now, basically what I'm talking about tonight and in your handout is a manuscript of a book I wrote called 24 Things You Must Know About Starting a Business. It is still available at Amazon if you want to give it to someone as a gift. I think it costs at least $3. I've got them marked down at cost just so everybody can afford them. But at any rate, in your handout tonight, you basically got the manuscript. So let's get into it. Based on chapters, and I don't go right through these now. We're working now with a hour-and-a-half format. So I don't say to you right now, if you need to get off at 8 o'clock and go on and do other things, I'll understand. No problem. You won't make me mad. But it's going to be real hard for me to finish right at 8 o'clock. I will try. But if you have to go, okay, I'll send you a video link. As long as I got your email address, I'll send you a video of this presentation so you can watch it on your own and look at every slide and let them help you any way they can. So if you were coming to any small business center and talking to the director about starting your business, they're going to ask you about 30 or 40 questions. It's already in a book. They need to know a certain amount of information before they can advise you and then do it. So I don't ask you to ask yourself a few questions to help us get started. And always, number one is, are you going to be personally involved in the business? Is this a side hustle that you're going to do? Is this something you want to do yourself? Or you plan to do it yourself? Or are you going to invest in this thing and hire other people to do all the work? And maybe you just want to come by and make the deposits and count your money. That's a good plan, but we have to plan it that way. So the first question is, are you going to be active in the business? And following up is full-time or part-time? Full-time or part-time? Maybe you're already retired, but you don't want another full-time job. Maybe you just want maybe you want a half of a part-time job. Or two halves make a whole part-time job. Whatever it is, give it serious thought, because you don't need to be wasting your time planning to have a full-time business if you're not going to run it as a full-time business. And I don't want to waste your time nor mine. I want to give you a plan that helps you get to what you want to do. So then I would ask you, how many hours are you going to work in that business? Maybe you already got a full plate. Maybe you're a full-time caregiver, got a lot of children, got some responsibilities that won't let you go. So we don't have to nail this down how much time you can be there. Next, is the business going to be mobile, work out of the home, stay at home and do the work, internet, bricks and mortar, or some combination? And there can be lots of combinations. We need to define this in your mind, though, so we can come up with a business plan on Thursday that fits. Because each one of those components will have a major difference in the way we plan the business plan. You're serious, and I appreciate that. So let's get real serious, and you estimate to me when you think you want your business to start. What's a realistic start date for your business? And I'll tell you now, if you hadn't done anything up to now, it's going to be hard to get a business started within less than 6 months. Just tell you that. And we'll get into that a little bit more tonight. Matter of fact, one of the handouts that is here for you is kind of a 6-month planner that we'll really be getting into next Thursday. But so we'll help you with all that. Now, remember those marketable profit centers? It's up to you to list down what you think you're going to be selling and doing, selling products or doing services. List them down and be specific. Just don't say, I plan to mow grass. I won't cut it. The kind of answer you need is, I plan to mow residential lawns that are postage stamp size. I plan to do large open space mowing like schools and plants and government properties. Or I plan to do ditch bank mowing for for farmers and other people that need their ditch banks cut. Specific types of work. Why? Because we want to take your list and be able to determine where the best group of customers are that you can start marketing to. A lot of this is all about helping you save money, because advertising and marketing money is usually 95% wasted. Don't want that to happen with me and you. It's already happened to me. I know how to do it wrong. I know how to do it right now, and I'll help tell you. I don't know anyone else that is qualified to help you save money marketing and advertising than old Steve is, because I've invested over $6 million of my money in Eastern North Carolina advertising my personal businesses through the years. And I'm man enough to tell you that I wasted at least 75% of it because I didn't know what I was doing. I'd love to have that $4 million back. I guarantee you, I'm going to teach you how not to waste it, okay? How's that credit score looking? Interest rates are heading up now, but not so high that we can't get in business. Do you think your credit score right now will attract and make a lender really be excited about lending money to you? I mean, they're here to lend money, but does your credit score and history going to encourage them to do it? Well, if you think it needs a little help, welcome to the club. Lots of people in that sort. And I have a study guide that I can email to you that will help you start improving that score very easily by doing some fairly easy things to do. Just in the email, just say, send me the credit score, thanks, Steve. So now we're getting to the point that I don't motivate and ask you to do something. Your handout, one of your handouts about mission, vision, and promise statements is here for you to read and think about. And a mission statement and a vision statement, a promise statement is what you say, what you write down that you want your company to become, what you want it to achieve, what you'd like for it to look like in 10 years. Who do you want it to help? What are the standards you're going to have in your business? Now, I've been encouraging my classes to do mission, vision, and promise statements for 15 years. But until last year, I hadn't done it myself. I hadn't done the statements for my businesses. So, year before last at Christmas, I wrote statements for my businesses. And it has had such a major, profound impact on me that it has had that same impact on my company. Because until you decide, until you make that commitment, that promise to yourself, and put it in writing, and put it out there for your customers to see what you believe in and what you're going to do, it is amazing. Because once you do, it becomes a bell ringer for you every day, and making decisions every day. Should I go this way or that way? You know, some things, it isn't right or wrong. It's just, what is more right? Where are my best standards at? Doing this or doing that? Sliding a little bit. So when you do your statements, you're going to be saying to yourself and motivating yourself as much as you motivate your customers. Plus, this is the very best way to get your marketing campaign up and running, the very best way to get your brochures out, statements that you make on Facebook, on your business cards, different things that you're doing. It is a good thing to do. So look at that handout, because to get your certificates and your graduation from the academy, you're going to need to do your mission, vision, and promise statements. And that handout gives you lots and lots of examples and pretty much makes it easy for you, okay? Wish somebody had done that for me when I was doing it. Core values. What is a core value? That's kind of the heartbeat of your psychic. What do you believe in? You know, if you're a Christian, you can start your church service out saying the Apostles' Creed. I believe in this, and I believe in that, and I believe in other things. The core values of our business is what you say, no matter what else I am, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be trustworthy, I don't treat people right, core values are there. And you'll have a chance to look at a lot of those, and you want to do those. Your vision statements are talking about what your business is going to do for the community and its employees, and so much more. So here's an example of Carver Equipment Company.com. Core values, basic stuff. Respect every person, earn trust, embrace excellence. Quite simple, but quite profound. I encourage y'all to, you're welcome to copy mine as long as you believe in them like I do, because whatever you put here, you're holding yourself to the standard, okay? Mission statement, to provide affordable pricing, everything quality workmanship, dependability, making a statement to my customer you can trust that we're doing right by you. Visions to talk about, I want to have long-term relationships with my customers. And I really hope you'll like the sound of this and you will adopt it, because staying in it for the duration, staying in it for the long haul, it's all about doing things right now that's going to help customers stay with you for a long, long time. Making promises, promising how you're going to do business with enthusiasm and treat people with high standards. And I didn't mind making a little testimonial statement, and knowing that some people maybe don't like it. But it was important to me, because of where I am in my life. I wanted to say to my customers, I'm going to try to do my best to become a whole lot less like me and a whole lot more like Jesus. Just as simple as that. And I hope some people can identify with me on that. Do your statements, do your promise and your vision statements. It'll be very, very helpful for you. I did the same thing for the Academy. I'm not going to read them all, but you'll have a chance to read them in email and I'll send to you. The purpose and the mission and the vision. But the most important part on this is we are dedicated to mutual helpfulness. Every one of you that becomes a part of the Academy, we're all in this to help each other. That's kind of where we're at. Now, if you don't have a mentor or an advisor to help you during the next months as you're starting your business, someone to work with, I volunteer. The director will volunteer to be right there with you. Find someone that you can talk to. Exchange ideas. It's really better to have a sounding board. It really is. Know that in your business, I want you to be diversified. That is, diversified in your customer groups, diversified in your marketable profit centers. Be willing to be flexible. A positive attitude is a most important agreement. Got to do that. How much money are we going to put on Thursday night? What is our goal for your business plan? Be thinking about that the next day or two. So that when you write down that what's left at the business plan, remember that's why we wanted to have it. What's the business plan tell us? What's left? I want that what's left to be your goal. Because if we have a goal to work towards, we'll put your goal at the bottom of that business plan and then try to build up to bring it together. Let's not waste our time coming up with a business plan and just hope and pray that it'll work. Don't need to do that. You can put together a business plan that will have an excellent opportunity to kind of coming in close to getting to your goal. Come up with what you think your business revenues are going to be. You know, we will do next week a business planner and a business milepost chart so that you can set up the dates and where you want to get there on certain dates. Number one, cornerstone rule. Start small, but with a solid foundation. Start small with a foundation. Little things like, and by the way, little things like raving fan customers, little things like connecting the dots. That'll keep you going in the right direction, promise you. So just stick to it. Are you ready to move forward now? you've been thinking about getting your business started, and I'm looking at now, I see 4 people that through the academy and through these classes I know have started moving their business forward and are actually making some money. So are you ready to do that? Well, when you're ready, I don't encourage you to do it, but in small steps. In small steps. Stick your toes in the water. Now, you need to be legal at some point, and it's not anything you have to worry about right now. If you're not already out here making money and making deposits, needing insurance, then you don't need to be sweating about becoming an LLC. But at some point, you will need to know about it. And one of your handouts has the links to it, to a video that this lady talks about what you need to know as you're thinking about getting an LLC started. And it is excellent. She does a better job than any presenter in webinars online I've seen, so I'm glad to share that with you. See, I'm not pretending to know it all. There's some people that do 1 or 2 things better than I do, but she really does a good job explaining LLC, so I'm glad to put that in there with you. And we'll get into it as well in about the 3rd program that we get into. But limited liability, it should say they're a company, not corporation. That's what most of us will go to. Very inexpensive to get started. There's some pretty stickler details in there that you need to know about and understand. I learn about them every day. But right now, you can operate as a sole proprietor. You can operate just as an individual with a paying hobby. So let's talk about where you're at and how fast you want to move with it, and maybe we can help you get there. There are going to be risk involved. Danielle, Soraka, Crystal, there's always risk involved in a business, and especially if it's going to be profitable. But I want to tell you that we will talk about what these risks are, and I'll give you ideas, and we'll write them down next week. And then we'll give you the risk management tools that you would use to make sure that risk doesn't sink your ship. That's what scares so many people just trying to get started, or the risk, not knowing the ins and outs of it, not knowing where to go to get help. Tim's on board with us tonight, and I'm enjoying him being on the video. It's like having an actual class here in my office with me. And he's involved in legal documents. He'll help you get legal documents for this or that. And there's so many different folks in business that in associates here that can help you with the little questions. But that's why you need to be ready to ask the questions to a mentor, because we might not know the answer, but we know where to send folks to. So just remember that. There's always going to be risk. One of the things I want to encourage you to know is there's not but so many hours in the day, and we can't do but so much. And I certainly am one of those that try to overdo it all the time and have been doing it for 50 plus years. But knowing that there are folks that you can delegate obligations and chores and tasks to is a key to being a successful entrepreneur. The successful entrepreneur owning their own business and not wanting a lot of employees or any employees, just know right now we must find other people that will help us get the jobs done that we either don't know how to do or are sloppy at it, or just we can't do what we have to do to sell our products. As long as we're tied down with accounting and bookkeeping and legal and marketing stuff. And here's the good news. Through the Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates, we've got a bevy of people now that can assist brand new entrepreneurs with almost any type of thing that comes up, from getting your website up and running to getting set up on Facebook or Google, bookkeeping. Pretty much amazing. And so as you move forward and you want some help or some ideas, you can go to your small business center, send those questions to me, and we got folks we can recommend to you that'll be very reasonable in pricing. Do you want to comply with local laws? You bet you. Do you know what the local laws are? You don't. Where can you find out the answer? The internet. Every town that's incorporated has a website now. And every one of those websites has all their city ordinances written right there. It has all their officers. It has all the zoning people, the clerk's name, the phone numbers, the email addresses, the tax issues. So whatever your town is in, go ahead now and visit the town website where you're going to be doing business and get a good sense for what all they're putting on there. Every town, I think, in North Carolina that's incorporated has a website, and it's full of the information. Let me give you a breather. You don't have to be scared of these people, unless you're going to try to outsmart somebody and get by with something. If you're going to ignore zoning rules, you're going to get disappointed. If you're going to ignore fire codes, you got a rough road ahead of you. If you're going to ignore privilege license issues and signs issues, well, they got people that are hired to enforce the law, and if you're outside of the law, they're not going to have any choice but to spank you. So here's the deal. Don't be a know-it-all. Just go get the right information up front before you start investing money or start trying to dodge the bullet. The worst mistake you can make is trying to dodge the bullet or cheap out. Eventually, you're going to have to pay up. So, but here's a word to the wise. If you're thinking about opening up a restaurant or a bricks and mortar store, and there's someone already in that place that's doing business, and if you have any way to take over that business and hold on to the grandfather clauses that will prevent you from having to update everything that has happened during the last 50 years that they were in business, you want to pursue that. Because lots of people will buy an old building and try to put in a new restaurant or a new store and get into it and get ready to open up, and then here comes the people with all the news about codes and say, man, we're so glad you're opening this new business, but you know what? You got to update this building. It hadn't been updated in 56 years. And it might mean $50,000 to $100,000 to get it updated. You needed to know that before you bought that sucker. In the end result, you might have built a new building for less than it's going to cost you to update this place. So don't jump to the wrong conclusions. That's the best exercise that I get sometimes, jumping to the wrong conclusion. Maybe some of y'all do that too. And the number one wrong conclusion is you know it all. That's my problem. Sometimes I think I know it all. But there are people that will set me straight. Good advice to you. Before you make those moves, talk to somebody who's been there and done that. That's what I mean. Just why you need a counselor, an advisor, someone to help you avoid those risks. And we will help you do a lot of it. What are you going to need before you can go get a business bank account? An EIN number. That is called, in the government world, the Employer Identification Number. When you were born, you were given a Social Security number. Stays with you all your life until you kick the bucket and gone. When you start a business, you're given an EIN number, and it stays with you all your life of the business until you dissolve it. It's an important number. You don't want to start a business till you think you're going to stay in business. Get that EIN number and you got it. Because from thereafter, you're going to have to file reports every year related to that number is the requirement. And if you don't file the report, then you're going to get fined and get a penalty. Whether you owe any money or not, you'll get fined for not filing the report. So just know how important that is. Does it cost you any money to get an EIN number? Nope. But I'll give you some warning. It's at the IRS websites where you go to get it. But as you type in, you're making your application, up on the screen a pop-up will pop up and say, need help? Click here. And if you click there, These people will help you get your EIN number, and everything's going to be fine, and you pay them $300 with your credit card. That's as easy as it can be. It looks like it's just the natural thing to do. But that's a scam. They ain't supposed to do that, but they do it all the time. So when that thing pops up, need help, click here. You don't need help. Just do it yourself. Now, how would I know so much about that? Guess. I did it. I paid them the $300. And when I went to the bank and told the lady at the bank, why didn't you tell me about that? She said, Steve, it's not supposed to do it. So I went back and found out that I didn't have to do that. So between me and American Express, I got my money back, but it was a hassle. So don't go for the help. Don't go for the help. Will you remember your EIN number? 5686862221. You'll remember it, just like in the service, you remember the serial number and your social security number. So if you're planning on getting a business account, and you need a business account if you don't have a full-fledged business, you're going to need that EIN number. Other things that are related to taxes, that's why I told you about those webinars you might want to attend through the North Carolina DOR. We'll get into all that in one of our last sessions, but all that is very important. Getting your permits is not that big a deal. Don't worry about it. You can go to it very easy. It's not going to cost you more than $20 to $100, depending on the size of the business you're doing. This is what a business registration looks like. That's mine for my fast forward services. A simple sheet of paper with a number on it. I think they charge me $50 for this in Dunn. And basically what that is saying they know I'm here, and they're going to send me a tax bill, and anybody else that's looking for me, they'll know where to find me. So that's what a business registration form looks like. That is simple and as plain as it can be. At the website for all the small business centers, there's a page there that's called Resources. This is the same website you go in to register for your different webinars. The Resources pages are incredible, incredibly long, incredibly boring, incredibly full of information, and incredibly important if there's something in there you need to know. Whew. I got so tired of looking at it, but I'm going to tell you that if I was looking for something in particular, this is where I'd start looking. Kind of like when you go out to the tool shed and you're looking for that particular tool you hadn't seen in years, but you know it's out there. Well, that thing that you just don't remember what quite it is, this is the place to go look for it. All right? And I appreciate them putting it up. It's very, very good information. All right, let's talk about where you know operate that business now. Very important. At home, at office, bricks and mortar. Which one's going to cost you more money to run a business at? The bricks and mortar business, because you'll have to rent or buy a property and pay extra everything that you've already paid for at home. But maybe you need that. If you're going to be a barber and you don't want to have your barber shop at home, you need another building, right? If you don't have a bakery, you might want to bake some stuff at home, but you want a place to carry it and sell it away from the home so people aren't always coming to your door. Think about that between now and Thursday, because your business plan will have to be modified for each different location that you plan to work at. If you're planning on being mobile, that means we're going to need to be talking about a vehicle or a food truck or a trailer or tools that you're going to carry with you. You're going to be a carpenter. If you're going to be working at home, maybe you don't need to build a home office or take a room and remodel it and add office furniture in it. Think about that. Excuse me. Can you sell it? Will they know where to find you? Who are they? Where are they? How many of these can I reach? You know, you may have the very best banana pudding in all of Williamston, North Carolina. And there's a lot of people over there that love banana pudding. But I don't know if there's enough people in Williamston to keep a banana pudding company in business. But if you can sell to all the people that love banana pudding in all of Eastern North Carolina, and you know how to get your product to them, maybe so. Now, there's a store over in Williamston that I just love to brag about, and it is the season, and it's called the Sunnyside Oyster Bar in Williamston, North Carolina. And it's been in business since 1935. How do I know that? Because the paint on the wall was put there in 1935. And it's got a little thing. And there's not enough people in Williamston to keep that place open. But when they bring people all the way over from Dunn and all over the rest of North Carolina to that place, that little restaurant fills up, and it's got as much business as anyone in Raleigh does. So they know the key to, number one, raving fan customers. People like me that are online bragging on them right now. They know how to get it done because they offer excellent service and an excellent product at an affordable price. And they're consistent. So are you going to be able to meet all those tests? Now, I hadn't been in business since 1935, but my daddy started a business in '59, and we're still rocking. And I think we do it with the same thing. Raving fan customers, values, good reputation, affordable pricing, treating people the way they need to be treated. That gets back to those mission, vision, and promise statements that I want you all to think about how you're going to do it. Then in the next few weeks, we'll try to figure out the rest of this. Where are your customers and how to be in touch with them? We've already talked about your marketable profit centers, and what did I say the key there was? Diversity. Diversity in products to bring you up sales and help you sell to a lot of different customer groups. What are the three different types of profit centers? Those that what? Bring new customers in and promote daily sales. The convenience store hardly makes any money at all on gasoline. They can change the price of that gas 1 penny and have everything to do with how many customers come in there that day, right? That's a profit center number one. Don't make much money on it, but it really brings in the traffic. The lottery tickets, they don't make hardly any money at all on a lottery ticket. But when that old jackpot goes up, the people come in, don't. Profit center number one. I've got something here that brings people in. Why do they want to bring the people in? Because they do. All the fast food places have a $5 meal of some type. You got $5, you can buy a meal at most anywhere now. But the key is, those places, $5 meals, you don't see many of them actually ring up. Profit center number two is repeat business. Merchandising stuff, making some higher profits. Fast food, the $5 meals on the menu, but most tickets are $8 to $12 now. It's hard to get out of there for less than $12 a head. Well, they knew what they were doing, didn't they? You went in there with your $5 bill in your hand, and before you left, you pulled another one out and put some more with it. Profit centers number two, how to upcharge, how to upscale, how to bundle things. We have to do that to stay in business now, okay? Keep that in mind. But they want you in there for your profit centers number two, so you'll pick up at the convenience store. They don't care what the gas price, if they lose a penny on the gas or on the lottery ticket, because you're going to walk around in that store and they're merchandising pros. They are merchandising pros, and people will pick up these items where they make 200% and 300% margins. It's what keeps them in business, the merchandising in your profit centers number two. What are you going to do in your business to bring them in, and while they're there, have upsells for higher profits? That's what we have to figure out. At the car dealership, they make hardly no money on new cars and trucks. They make their best money on used cars and trucks and parts and accessories and service. But they got to have those new cars out there to do it. And the big ticket sales, we have to, and I'll work with you in all your businesses and show you how, to figure out how to bundle packages, how to have some high-priced items so that your business has a better chance of being sustainable. It's just a matter of working it out. Even at Smithfield Chicken and Barbecue, you go in there for a $5 meal, you'll probably spend 11, but even there, they've got their big ticket items, $300 and $400 for their party packs, for their catering packs. So, see what I'm saying? I think they came to one of my webinars and got the idea right here online, right here with us. But there it is. And in all the places, you can go from $5 to several hundreds of dollars, and that's what we need to do in your business as you're planning. You can't do all this alone. You're going to need to find out how to delegate, how to find and hire employees, that kind of things. And we'll have a really dig deep into this topic webinar in a week or so about employees. Your startup cost, on Thursday, that's going to be a big deal on your business planner. And we're kind of pushing this. We usually have a week or 2 weeks between these two sessions. So I'm asking you to be serious about this on Thursday, because you're going to need to be able to put some numbers down if you can. But your startup costs will vary whatever type of business you're in and where you're going. It's important that we have a handle on that. Go ahead and list down on what you think your costs will be. Maybe you don't know what the cost will be, but you know what you got to achieve. And if you don't have a clue, then tell me what kind of business you're into, what you've done so far, what you're thinking. Make your list, and I'll help put some values on there for you. I'll be glad to, because we're going to need that number when you do your business plan. Borrowing money at the bank for a startup business is almost a no-starter. Startup businesses have a long-term, well-deserved history of going out of business in a hurry. So if you're going to the bank to get a long-term loan, and startup businesses have a long-term reputation of going out of business in the short term, you can see where that's headed. There are some exceptions and ways to help, depending on credit score, down payment, co-signers, and collateral. And there's a handout that's going to be emailed to you if you haven't got it already, that gives you a good understanding of the things you're going to have to consider to borrow money as a new business. On a positive note, and we're running close to our timeline here, you ever heard of the Big Kahuna? Over in the Polynesian world, the Big Kahuna is Big Queen or the Big King. They're the people that know it all, have all the power, have been there, done that, and they just know stuff. You're maybe not the Big Kahuna at this point if you're just getting started. If you've been in a certain kind of business a long time, maybe you've enjoyed that role. I've enjoyed being the Big Kahuna in several different types of businesses and product sales through the years. And it's a good feeling while it lasts, but it never lasts long. But it's a good feeling to be at the top, be in the top of your game in sales nationwide, such as that. But in whatever business you're getting ready to start, whether it's a daycare business or accounting or something else, look around and see who is the Big Kahuna now doing what you want to do. Find them. Find their website and their marketing, see how they do business. Because there's no reason for you and I to try to reinvent the wheel if the Big Kahuna already has all the answers. That's right. That's why we study. That's why we look at history. And we'll try to find someone that's done it right. We'll mimic what they did right and correct what they're doing wrong. And you'll climb up that ladder real quick. But there's no sense in it happening by itself. It's just not going to work. We've already talked about surrounding yourself with advisors. Also, know who your competition is. We need to outwork them and outthink them and outlast them. I can tell you I'm sitting right here in Dunn, North Carolina, and I've seen at least 17 competitors come and go since we've been in business. And that number may be a whole lot more, but I know of 17 tractor and implement dealers in our immediate area that have opened up and gone away. Some of them were the largest in the world for a few times. But we don't have to outlast our competitors. That's what that endurance is all about. And doing the little things we're talking about now will help you do it. Who's your most dangerous threat? Who's your most dangerous threat? This may surprise you. It's you and the distractions in your life. There's enough business out here for all of us. But we're already pretty busy people. I am so happy that y'all found time to come and be with us tonight and get started on this brand new winter semester. And if you'll hang with it and can put it as a priority, you won't regret it. As LaToya told you earlier, it will help you get a jump start and get to moving. But the key is setting the right priorities, making things happen for you. We want to be sustainable. And things that you do to help be sustainable are, we're going to find target groups of customers for you. We're going to create a database so you can stay in touch with those customers with the fresh bait in the water. And then we're going to learn how to follow up with the sales, because that's really key with your Golden Goose marketing campaign. Following up with your customers is how you learn what's next. Naming your business is something you don't have to deal with. I've given you a handout on that. You might want to read through it with some important points. We'll talk about it in depth in a few weeks. Do you want a business plan that we're going to talk about Thursday? You really do. Why? Because it's going to be like a roadmap to your future and help you avoid a whole lot of mistakes. I think you'll really enjoy it. Look at your handouts now. There's a sample monthly business planner there, which is kind of a worksheet for you to get ready for Thursday. It's well prepared, well done, give you a lot to think about. So if you do have a chance to look at it, read through it before our Thursday night session, please do. I want us to learn how to price our products. Maybe you've never priced products before, and that's understandable if you haven't been in business. But here's what I'm going to say. I don't want you to give discounts. And my whole business is based on discounts. So I have to qualify what I'm saying by saying, I don't want you to give any discounts that you didn't plan to give. Because we don't have to negotiate and bargain with customers and give them discounts, but we still have got to maintain our profit. And that's a skill. A pricing skill, a marketing skill, merchandising skill. And I don't put it on you, my friend. If you'll open your eyes, we'll figure it out, because we will be seeing time after time, we are not going to have a business that only offers take it or leave it. Because when you're saying take it or leave it, that take it or leave it means those customers, a good and large percentage of them are going to leave and go shop somewhere else. They may come back, but you don't have to take that risk. So we'll get right into that too. So to wrap it up now, let's try to do our very best to keep our principles always in front of our profits. Yes, we need to be profitable, as much so as we can be. But we also got to keep our principles in place to have the endurance to stay for the long term. A rat will always be found. A rat will always stink. And you can't wash off that stink. So do your business the right way. Treat people the right way. Remember the golden rule, and they will keep coming back to see you. You can make a little bit of profit a lot of times and stay in business by keeping your principles in front of your profits. The legacy I want you to have as a member of the Academy is that of a giver, not of a taker. And there's a lot of different ways an entrepreneur or a business owner can be a taker and really hurt themselves, thinking they're doing the right thing. But we have to learn to be a giver, to share, understand that no matter from what station in life someone comes to us, they have value, they can be trusted, you can work with them. Oh yeah, I know there's a world of scoundrels out there and thieves and crooks and vandals, but there's a whole lot more people that you really want to have as a customer to stay with you year after year. And for that, to have that relationship with them, the giving is as much about giving of yourself and creating relationships as anything is. And that's what we're going to talk about for the next couple of months. So stay with us. We'll try to get there. Endurance, you must have it. We're going to wrap her up now. You got to have that endurance to stay strong. Number one, you must pace yourself. Go at your pace. Don't let me push you to where you don't want to go. Humble yourself. I'm not the king. I'm not the potentate. I don't know if you are or not, but I kind of doubt it. I'm just an old guy out here trying to make a living one day at a time and get customers to come back to see me. When you start listening to people, you start creating good relationships, and you have to humble yourself to do that. Find your inspiration. And maybe tonight, right here in November, I hope that you come here tonight and maybe I have inspired you to think, well, if Steve-O can do it, by golly, I can do it. And I'll try to help show you how and do it in a very positive light. Find your inspiration. Find someone to talk to. Maybe you need some music. Maybe you need a quiet place. Maybe you need to pray. Maybe you need to do this or do that to find your inspiration, but find it and hang on to it. We all are better off when we're able to breathe and charge our batteries. So do that for yourself. Hell yeah, I don't know if you can see this belly or not, but we can always drop a few pounds, but this is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tonight, let's decide that we're going to drop a few pounds of stubbornness, knowing it all, of laziness, procrastination. If we're going to take on the new role as a successful, sustainable entrepreneur that's going to start our business and it's going to rock and roll and it's going to have to roll over some bumps in the road, then we're going to need to drop a few pounds of what we've been doing wrong. But maybe we need to drop a few friends that are bad influences. We maybe need to drop some people that know it all and give you bad advice or bad influences. It's kind of hard to find someone that's intelligent and knows a little bit about business sometimes, but they're out there. It's easy to find someone that knows everything about everything and will give you all the discouraging news you need. Well, to hell with those folks. Let's surround ourselves with people that are going to help us on the right track. Okay? And they're there, and your small business centers to help you find them, and I'll do all I can to connect you up as well. Excuse my French every now and then. I get carried away with this stuff. But lastly, the endurance, focus on the finish line. What is your finish line you need to get to? Is it, I need to get to this next step in my business? I don't really want to finish these courses with Steve. He's got 2 courses starting this week. I'm going to take them both, or I'm going to take one of them. That's my finish line right now. Or maybe your finish line is, like Latoya and Sarita, you got your businesses up and running. My finish line now is this new step I want to get to, this new earnings goal I want to get to. But it's up to you to set that goal. When you set it, then by golly, maybe we can get there the right way. Well, it's 8:05. Thank you for hanging with me, all of you. I appreciate it so much. Tell any friends or neighbors that you've got about the series that are up and running. We've got room for everyone. But the nights are getting a little chilly now, so let me say to you, let your light shine like a lighthouse. Let it put light out there and warmth. And encourage people to come and be a part of your business. A relationship that will last for a long time as a Raven fan customer. Do the same with your small business center and the Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates. Thank you so much. God bless you. I hope to see you tomorrow night and Thursday night and on through the fall. So that's going to close us out. I invite you to turn your microphones on, ask any questions that you have, and we'll chit-chat for a while until everybody's through talking, then we'll sign off. Start us off, Tim.
Okay. I just want to say thanks for all the information, man. And the biggest thing I like is the by the way. That gets it. I understand that.
Tomorrow? Are you not going to get that tattoo tomorrow?
Yes.
By the way is powerful. It really is. I got a lot of stories to tell about that. No doubt. Someone else talk to me. Thank you, Tim.
Yes, indeed.
Danielle, where are you located?
Hi, Steve. I'm in Wallace. I was in your I think it was it spring?
Yes, well, it's good to hear your voice. How are you?
Busy football playoffs.
Are you still running the taxi service for the kids?
Yes, sir. We're in the playoffs, so I'm gonna be.
We ought to call it a business, okay?
Yes, sir.
We're so
I
good.
think y'all sent us home last weekend. Wallace Rose Hill. I think y'all beat Martin County.
We beat Greene County.
Oh, y'all beat. Okay, somebody from down that way sent Martin County home last week.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 55-6. It wasn't even a game.
They're strong. Wallace Rose Hill and James Keenan are strong schools over there, no doubt. All right. Anyone have any questions about tonight?
I just wanted to mention, I'm sorry, just wanted to mention really quick, if anybody needed any extra guidance or something, Bart Rice is definitely a person you want to go talk to or email.
That's a good point. Yeah, Bart's over at Sampson Community College. And Sarita, were you going to say something?
I was just going to tell you, good class tonight. I enjoyed it.
Well, thank you, and thank you for those beautiful certificates. And I was just telling some folks earlier, we mailed them out today.
Oh, okay, that's great.
All right. And let's see, over the Rocky Mountain number that ends in 1836. Who is that? Do you have a microphone?
1836, that's me. That's Shawaski.
Oh, okay, Shawaski.
How you doing?
Good. What type of business are you into?
Well, I actually do crafting. I do T-shirts. I do tumblers. I do anything that I can sublimate on. And I'm trying to get my business up and running.
Well, in the next
I've been doing this for about the last 3 years out of my home, but I'm at the point of wanting to move into a brick building and start from there and continue from there.
Right. And what town do you live in?
In Runner Rapids.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, I look forward to working with you and helping you move forward with that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Kat or Crystal, do y'all have any comments? Okay. God bless you all. Have a good evening. I hope I'll see you back tomorrow night and Thursday night. Y'all take care.
All right. Have a great night, everybody.
Have a good one. Good night. Good night.
Good night, everyone.